What's going on, guys? Myself, Shady.
Duke.
D-Buck.
We got a new series. It's called Play Your Position. And we're going to be talking about the latest goings on in the world of football. Let's get into it.
So obviously the big news last week, or this week, is that Jose Mourinho has finally got a new job. He's at my club, Tottenham.
My club also.
Well, how long you been a Tottenham supporter?
Doesn't matter.
When you start, I thought you from Newcastle.
I support managers and players, so I support
So
Mourinho.
So you're
So
Tottenham fan
Mourinho's
now,
at
yeah?
Tottenham. I'm a Tottenham.
And obviously there's been a lot of talk with Mourinho. He looks different, looks refreshed. So today's topic of discussion has to start with, are we going to see a new Jose, a different Jose? Someone that's, going to maybe not stick to his guns as much? It's I'm not going to take the press conferences, right, because he always starts well, right, with his press conferences, and everyone's he's good with words.
We know that.
But let's start with you, Shay. And I'll put something into context, right? He's not at, let's say, like Tottenham's a big club, but it's not the elite level where you have to win the title every season. Like, if you don't win the title,
It's not a problem, isn't it?
the season's flop. Whereas here, it doesn't really matter. No one's expecting him to win the title. Maybe top 4. That's mine for Jose Mourinho. Even a cup, if we're lucky. It's not.
That's true.
We have to win. He's also changed his backroom staff. So he's got a guy called, I think, Sacramento. He's come from Lille. And before that, he was at Monaco. So he was when Monaco was doing
when they
bits.
were doing a lot, yeah.
Was doing bits. So that's that. So he's got a new backroom staff, and he, promotes attacking football. So more modern football than what Jose. The third thing I'd say is we're looking to sign a guy called Campos, who's the sporting director at Lille, who was at Monaco beforehand. So you had the likes of Bernardo, Mendy, Fabinho, Bakayoko. I think even Mbappe. I'm not sure about Mbappe, but Mbappe as well, Pepe, and all them guys. Lille's in the Champions League right now, so he's looking to get a sporting. Like Jose wants a sporting director. Now normally, I don't think Jose ever has a sporting director. So he's like why would you need a sporting director for the players that Jose wanted, right?
True.
He was always established stars, go for the best, stuff like that. So in that context, do you think we will see a different Jose? And starting with you, Shay, because obviously you actually know him better than I do, because he actually managed your club for 2.5 years, I guess, as a United fan. So what do you think, first of all?
To be fair, you've already said a few things that I wasn't aware of, because I've not really been following this whole Tottenham fanfare. Based off that, I think he has to adapt, and he has to have learned from his previous mistakes. Otherwise, give it a year, and he'll be back in the same position he was in with United and Chelsea and Real Madrid.
He's learned from his past mistakes. He's not going to make them same mistakes again, but he's going to make new mistakes. His exact words. He said that.
That's part.
So what was his problem? What's been his problem?
Toxic.
But is it?
You can't.
Has it ever been?
Come out after a game and single out players that are not your favourites.
But if they're not doing the job,
Nah. But when it's Lukaku, do you hear his name coming out of his mouth?
But
that's the problem. So we know he didn't like Martial. He come out and be talking his name, saying this and that.
but Martial,
You can't do
garbage.
that. You can't look in the modern game. Like it's not what it used to be. You can't come out and throw your players under the bus.
So these players are soft now, innit? They're soft.
No,
they can't
that's
take
a
it.
fact.
They are.
That should motivate them. Like, alright, man, don't like. Let me step it up in training. Let me get to a point where man's gonna give me chances.
You don't have to.
Now it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, you don't like me.
Exactly,
You don't like me.
exactly.
You're pussy, straight up pussy.
No, but
Get out,
That's
move.
the game that we're in.
Get me.
these
Ibra
days,
came
bro.
through and Ibra did his thing. Martial was crying.
100%.
Man wasn't crying about because Ibra's number 1 striker now. Man was crying because the number 9 was gone.
He took his shirt.
Because man registered AM9 and
He
stuff.
took his shirt.
That's all he cared about.
No, but that's mocking though.
But he's garbage. Man was having chances after chances. When was the
I
last
don't
time?
think
know.
Martial's I think what Jose, one of the arguments that he did in Man United was everyone's like, oh, Rashford striker, and then
Gave him
he
the
gave him the
chance.
chance. He's like, oh, why? No, it was not even Rashford striker. It's like, why do you always play Lukaku when he's playing rubbish? And it's like, okay, let me put Rashford up front.
Yeah.
And then apparently,
Rashford
Rashford was
He missed
horrible.
some
He was
chances.
horrible.
Yeah.
And he was
Missed
even looking
the
at the crowd
chances,
like, look,
Yeah,
this is what you
exactly.
wanted.
Yeah,
Is this what you wanted? Is this what you wanted? And then he's
Exactly.
like, everyone's talking about Martial. I mean, the thing, Rashford. And then there you go. This is what you get. And then when you get the points and stuff like that.
Mourinho's a big manager. You get me? Like you.
But do you
Like,
think?
Nah,
No,
but
but do you
you
think?
can't do that.
he's
But do you
fallen
think?
off?
Is that
can't-
no?
he
He
has
has
though.
But do you think that's what?
What is he falling off? Like, explain to me. You're just sounding like
Okay,
troops
so-
now,
so-
saying that man's falling off. Why is he falling off?
Okay, so tell me, when was the last time? Like, what was his last big trophy?
The
And
Europa
this is
League.
me. This is me not trolling. Just one.
That's Europa League.
So you class that as a big trophy?
For what it represented, because remember, you man were out of Champions
No,
League.
yeah.
So
No, but you, okay,
based
but
on
then-
that year, he's put you man back in that Champions League spot. Right now, you're not there, but it's still mid.
It may not necessarily be the
but
biggest
he's
trophy,
put
but
you back in the
had to
Champions
win-
League.
he had to win
Arsenal
that,
been
right?
at 2 seasons.
No, that's
now.
fair.
he had to win that, right? So that was the
That
only
was
way he
the
was
way.
getting
So
Champions
he's made
League.
you
In-
back into that.
Contextually for United, absolutely, that was
was
important.
But has
I'm
he
talking
been
about.
beaten? He's not.
for-
He hasn't
we're
been
talking
beaten
about
for
for
top.
someone like Mourinho, who you already know
So it's
what
like
he's
I
done.
say Chelsea first season. No, the second time. That was the last time he won the
He won-
Premiership.
he
He
won
won the
something.
Premiership, and then since
So-
then it's been.
Since then, it's like, and even for me, like, fair enough. You're not always gonna win stuff, but then the style of play, garbage. You know,
Was that always
Toxic
was that always the
atmosphere.
case though?
God.
Because I remember when he first.
You know,
came,
when
we
he
were-
first landed, we were scoring
4,
four.
5,
Yeah.
barrel
We were,
people.
yeah. We were
So
doing
was it-
right.
was it-
So
Did,
so
what
what went wrong?
What
No,
went
I
wrong?
don't know. That's the thing.
But do you think that's what I'm thinking? Is that why we might get a different Jose? Because
I'm in that. I'm in that camp.
And the
though.
thing is, I think he's been humbled. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's definitely been
100,
humbled. He's been
100.
humbled.
Chills,
this whole-
I think.
This whole year, he had
Working on
this
Sky as well.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
been the
that's helped
longest-
because
it's
he's
been
been
the
able to
longest.
look inwards.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
and see
and
a
it's
lot of
been the
stuff.
longest he's been without managing a club, right?
Whenever I've seen him,
He has.
he's been respectful. When he's been on Sky,
He's been good on Sky. He's been good on Sky.
Exactly.
But that's
So
the
I
thing
don't-
before. Like that's what I'm saying. When Jude was saying, maybe he's realised that these players are not like
They're
the old
not-
school players.
they're
So you
not
can't
built like
if you say something.
Ibrahimovic's and all
If
that.
you say something bad about Martial, that's it. He's done. He's done. He's not even
He's
playing.
done.
He's never playing for you again. Like it's finished.
Exactly.
Man,
It's like
these
he
players
did
ain't
it
warriors.
to.
Like you got Ibrahimovic
he did
said
it
man
to-
will kill for Mourinho.
he did
Like,
it- exactly.
like,
Same with
man
Eto'o.
said he
One for
brought
one
something
with
out of man.
Same
you
with
get
Eto'o.
me?
He said as soon as he came to Inter Milan, he made Eto'o do some stupidness like to piss him off, and he pissed him off. And then
And it
since then,
sparked
he was
something.
he was a monster,
Yeah,
yeah. And he played on the
yeah.
wing. And then when Radford came, and Radford's like, oh yeah, I saw you play on the wing.
That's it.
Eto'o's
That's
like,
for
no,
Mourinho
that's for
only.
Mourinho. I'm not.
So you
I'm
get
not.
me like
I'm a
that's what I'm
striker.
saying.
You ain't playing that.
Like, fair enough, people say he's falling off, but he is still Mourinho, and he
No,
can get
he's still.
that something out of certain players.
So what
Even
was-
with Ali, you
yeah.
get me? Like,
No,
even though it's only
exactly.
been
No,
one, it's only
no.
been one match,
But that's what he's done. Is
but you get me? Man came to man like, so he's showing you like,
He's said it
I
from
know
the
you're
start.
a good player, so that's why he's like, I'm not gonna see Ali or his brother.
And that's the
So
thing.
Ali's looking at it like, alright, man
Challenge
recognises that.
accepted.
But then he came out and said, look, I respect that more because everyone's been talking about me behind my back and saying, I'm falling off, this, that, especially in Sky. He was there when they were just, all of them were just gunning Dele Alli and just saying, which is fair criticism as well because he's been awful, yeah? He's been awful under Poch the last year or so. So when Mourinho comes in and says, look, he's the first player he's identified as a player that can probably take criticism and say, look, like you
He's
said,
got that
am I seeing
mental-
Dele or am I seeing Dele brother?
That mental
And
toughness.
from that game, he actually played a good game for once. That's the first time I've seen him play in a
After
solid
the match
But the
interview
thing
as
is,
well.
he couldn't play number 10 anymore. He used to play just second striker and didn't just be like a passenger throughout the whole game. But Mourinho made him play 10. He got the assist and he pretty much set up nearly the second goal as well. With
Even after the interview, he was like, I don't want to be that Ali no more. I want to be better.
Yeah.
So he's looking at that season when he was on form, and man's looking to elevate. That's because
That's
of
what it should be.
Mourinho.
That's what it should be.
Even though it's only been a week, but
he's come out and said, look, Jose come out and said, look, Dele can be like one of the best in the world. Similar to what he did to Lampard. Lampard wasn't he was a good player, but he wasn't like the best of Europe when Jose arrived, right? There was always talk of like them trying to buy other midfielders, but Lampard made a position his own, and then he was just scoring, and he was like one of the best players for Jose, innit? He was part of the spine, so maybe you can see that as Dele. So
I think that's a fair point, but what he now has to realise is it's not one size fits all. You can't do that to a Son, for example.
Okay,
you can't
yeah.
do that.
But I think that's
so
what
you got to adapt
that's what
to
I'm
the
saying.
player,
like you said,
and not just
He's been out of the game for a year. Like I said, he's been watching it from the outside now.
He's been studying. Yeah.
He's been studying. Like I said, the coaching, it's not the same coaches now, so it's more of an attacking coaching. It's a system thing. So, like I said, sporting director, that he's looking to bring in. He hasn't brought in yet. But he's looking to bring in.
It's good signs, isn't it?
It's good signs.
I think he wanted this. He really. And when Levy probably or whoever called him up, bet he jumped straight away. Was like, let's do this now.
Well, let's. I think
because when you really think about it, it does make a lot of sense.
I always said on a Tuesday and a Wednesday 6 a.m.
It got reported that he was in talks for 3 weeks.
But that's the thing.
The thing is, what happened was, we don't just get Jose Mourinho, who was free. We've got 3 of the Lille's backroom staff. Like,
so that's groundwork.
Assistant coach. We took the goalkeeper coach, and now we want to get the sporting director. I feel sorry for them because they didn't even know about it. Apparently,
that's
just Jose being Jose, isn't it?
That's quicker than football manager.
Apparently, they were inviting him over like as friends and stuff like that because he's friends with most of them. Next thing you know, he took half the thing. Was it the day before they played PSG and PSG battered them after that as well? So they were
just rang man up, was like, yeah, these men have got. Here's the money.
What Levy was waiting for is like Jose said, yeah, I've got everyone now. Let's get on. He literally sat Poch Tuesday night. By Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. he was announced.
How are you getting announced 6 a.m? Who's awake even them times?
That's what I was saying, bro. I was like, but the thing is, I always said this is what is like ideal for him, bro. You've got
Sissoko.
No, Sissoko's going though. I think he slightly said Sissoko might not be the type of player that survives in his team.
Trying to move away from that pure athletes. Yeah, okay.
No, but the thing is, he's got centre backs that experience. He's got like Toby, Vertonghen. He likes them old. He can stay back.
I feel every team needs players like that. Arsenal need players like that. They need OG players that can help because they got a young team.
What about David Luiz? 8 old.
Yeah, they've got 2 oldies.
Nah, I'm not gonna. I'm trolling. David Luiz is whack. Sorry,
but you get what I'm saying. You know, back in the day when they had OGs that can guide them.
But that's what Jose wants, isn't it? He wants a centre back that experience. He's got one of the best strikers in the world that he's probably going to try and turn into Drogba. Even against West Ham, he ran the most like meters.
Serious.
And Kane never runs normally.
Yeah, you don't have him down as a
He was number 1 on the list.
On this team, he was saying he's at the time of his career. He wants to win.
Yeah, he wants to win, and he knows. I
reckon
now we got Jose.
Poch stayed.
I think that's a big
end
thing
of the season. He would have gone.
There was so much
100%. I thought
of Kane.
You
got to leave Tottenham.
Everyone's like Kane. You got to leave Tottenham. You got to leave Tottenham for the trophies, right? It's like
but now
Levy went out. That's why I said Levy went out and you want trophies. This is the guy that gets trophies. You can't go to another manager, barring maybe Pep. And Klopp, that you're gonna get guaranteed trophies with a manager, right? So Levy went and got the guy that wins most trophies.
Didn't care if he's a rivals manager.
And that's why I was like, you know what? I was upset that Pochettino left.
Yep.
As in, he's built a legacy.
I haven't heard a Tottenham fan say a bad thing about him, but it may have been the right time to go.
100% was the right time. And what pissed me off was a lot of people when he got sacked, everyone's like, oh, how can you sack Poch? How can you sack Poch? He's done this, he's done that. Which he has.
You've got to draw the line somewhere.
This whole year, 2019, man's in relegation form.
No away win since when? January.
That
is crazy.
Mourinho has got the same amount of points as Poch in away games this year.
That is
and he's played 1 game
already. That's crazy.
He's played 1 game.
No, I salute Poch, but that is
crazy.
But
that's the thing. And the thing is, it was toxic because every time there was speculations about Poch leaving before the Champions League final, he's like, oh, if I win this game, I'm out. And he was like, are you joking? He's like, no, I'm not. And it's always like, oh, would you manage Madrid? He's like, yeah. And then we ever since we was losing we got battered by Bayern, then we lost to Brighton and stuff like that. And then he was like, oh, I'm happy to stay 5 years. He was feeling the pressure and stuff like that. So he was switching up a bit, but we was playing horrible football. It wasn't the first 2 years of Poch. It was this guy. This guy was Poch's brother. Them ones. He was playing horrible football, and he had no answer. He did everything, every formation: 5 at the back, 3 at the back, diamond, 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. He tried the old players, so everyone wants to leave in Tottenham, like Ericsson, Toby, Vertonghen, Ori, Rose. He tried all of them, rubbish. Then he even played all the new players that want to stay in the club, and it was still rubbish. And I think that was the last game that he played. It was Sheffield United. That was his last roll of the dice. He brought in all our new signings in. everyone played and it was still horrible football. But then, so I understand why he got sacked. So it was either write the season off and then hope that Kane stays for more season and
risking it
and
when you
Son.
really know
And
there's
Son.
a lot
So
of
them
players,
two in their prime, they're the two players that you probably want to keep. Everyone else, I don't care if Ericsson leaves. I don't care if Dele Alli leaves. I don't care.
But then if you imagine adding all of that in one flipping transfer window,
Yeah, so
you just,
don't get me wrong. I wouldn't
that
say it's
can't
all
happen.
Poch's fault because obviously Levy messed him over with the no signings for free windows, whatever. And it was a number problem. It's the whole club was going to rot, right? If Poch stayed because he weren't happy, players weren't happy, Levy weren't happy, the fans didn't, and I was like, Levy has to take the hit and sack him before the fans turn. Because that's what I didn't want to happen.
Yeah.
If the fans turn on Poch, I was like, that's.
It's you don't want him to go out that way, do you?
You don't want him to go like that, so
Yeah.
I was like, but then everyone's like, oh, I remember Gary Lineker had the audacity to say, oh, why would you sack Poch? You're not going to get anyone better. I was like, bro, have you been watching Tottenham? Like,
It's like,
we
no
had-
one wants to admit they've
we had-
taken this step.
we had 25 points in 24 games. That's relegation form.
That's what I'm saying.
That's relegation form. What
How
are
do
we
you-
waiting
how do you-
for?
exactly,
What was
how do you
we waiting for? How do you justify that? Don't tell me that, because the thing is, everyone's happy with Tottenham. Like, if we're not doing that well, it's like, that's, Tottenham stay in your lane, stay in your lane.
I feel Tottenham are top 14 now.
Stay in your lane. Yeah, but that's what Poch did. And I think the fact that we got Jose Mourinho was because of Poch.
The groundwork that he's done.
But that's what Jose's been saying.
Oh,
though.
Mourinho's looked
he
at
came
it
out and
and
said,
like,
look,
"Rah, this is a team,
this
you know, like."
This is what Poch has done. So anytime he's always welcome because he's like, even when we beat West Ham, he goes, this ain't, I didn't do anything. Like, I've only been here for 2 days. This is all from what Poch has done. So it's like, that's what, he's saying the right things. He's saying the right things.
And that's one thing, saying the right thing.
But the argument is, historically, every third season, every club, it falls apart.
It's capitulated.
It falls apart. So
He's not a long-term manager, and I'm sure.
But that's
you
what I'm
accept
saying.
that.
I kind of
Because,
do. No, I do.
I don't even
in
think
this-
you
I do.
even want him to stay
I
long
do in the sense that this team is not long term anyway.
Exactly.
People
There's
are getting old. Like
cycles and, yeah.
Kane's in his prime, Son's in his prime. That's why my biggest worry is if you want to get another project manager, they're gonna wait for another 5 years to let's try and win something in 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was like,
It's like, let's do it.
then it
Now's
was
the
like
time.
that's why I said Jose was a perfect short term person.
100%.
2-3 years with this squad, see what they can get out. So we'll see. But the thing is, like I said, this Tottenham's a bit different compared to Man United and stuff. Like we're not expecting to.
Yeah,
fight
no,
for
exactly.
titles.
Exactly. Yeah,
Chelsea,
true.
if you don't win the league, the season's
You're
flop.
done, innit?
You're
Yeah,
done.
that's
You're
true.
done.
That's true.
Even if you win the FA Cup, shit
It's
season.
not really good enough.
You get sacked for that.
Yeah.
Whereas in Tottenham, like if Mourinho did what he did at United, I mean, if Poch won what Mourinho did at United,
He'd have a statue right
statue,
now.
statue. He doesn't like. I kind of wanted Poch to win something to
Just
confirm.
to say okay.
Yeah,
like,
The Champions League badly.
All this work that you put in.
All the work,
he
it's
got
5
something
years.
back. Yeah, that's
But
true.
unfortunately, it didn't happen. But you just have to move on, man. Like the way he got sacked as well. Like he couldn't even say bad to the players. Like they were. He had the right thing. But that's
Which is kind of crazy.
But that's, bro.
That's football, man.
It is football. Like I'd do the same if.
Look,
Give me 12 mil.
That's what I'm saying.
I want to speak to my work colleagues. Exactly. Just give me 12 mil.
I said they wanted him to resign though.
No, the thing is, the rumours were he wanted to leave. Leave is like, okay, resign. Obviously, Poch is like, I'm not resigning because, bro, I've got a £30 million contract.
Yeah.
I'm only 1 year in. You got to pay me the money. He's like, okay, I'll get you. Let me. And I think Levy was like, the only way I can sack Poch is get someone like bigger than him. Because if he's gonna get, I heard Eddie Howe, bro.
Could you imagine?
I'll be fuming. I was like,
I'm handing in transfer requests next day.
bro, that's what I'm
What
saying.
is this?
That's the only reason, and that's why when Jose comes in, it's actually a bigger name than Poch, and then he wins trophies. Kane's coming out, look, I want to win trophies, but this is the guy that wins a trophy.
Like,
He has to
him
flop.
saying that was kind of confirming, like, look,
Yeah, he
I was
of
kind
course.
of ready to
Of course he was.
go
Of
because
course
it's
he
not
was.
going there, and I'm
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna sit around forever. I'm not young. So
Exactly, it's just 27 years old, so how long
It's kind of like
you,
he's just said.
he might give you another year. Give him the captain. That'll keep him another year. No one wants to say when the players are leaving, just give him the captain. Like, oh, come on, stay for another year.
He's gonna start taking free kicks.
He started in West Ham. Started taking free kicks. No, but obviously with Tottenham, there's a lot of players that Jose actually wanted. He wanted Danny Rose. I don't know why. He's
That's
straight up trash. He didn't even play anyway. Well, he came on. Dyer, he loves Dyer. That's the number one player for Joseph. Like number one. Like if you could pick anyone, an English player that is Portuguese, perfect. Innit? He can play DM. He can play centre back. That's his go-to player now. Obviously, Kane. You wanted Kane. Dele Alli. And apparently he wanted like Sessegnon as well from Man United. So it's this. He might. He took shots at United or Chelsea where he was like, I'm not against playing youths. He came out and said, name me a manager that don't like playing youths, and you can't. Yeah. He goes, I want to play youths at United, and he took a shot. Yeah. It's like when I came to United, the under 23s got relegated. So he's like, I ain't using any of them, are they? So I had to build them up from the under 21s. Now the under 21s of United was actually decent. They had like decent players coming through, and he's the one who. Then you bring a thing. What is it? McTominay. That was Jose, right?
Yeah, I'll give him that.
And before, like Chelsea, like he had the likes. Obviously,
but that's one name in 3 years. So
but he said Varane. Who bought
No. But for Man United.
For Man United.
Other than McTominay, in 3 years, who else?
Who's playing the most? Rashford, right?
No, but so he brought him through.
No, he didn't bring him through.
That was LVG.
But now he's saying that there was no youngsters at United. They got relegated.
Would you play relegated players?
Exactly.
Nah, but
first team.
And again,
from under 20.
There's a couple.
And he goes. The under 21 was good, but they weren't ready. So he goes, now they're probably ready. So he could have used them now. That's what he said. But at the same time,
at the same time, one player.
United, you got to win stuff.
No, of course. That's why it's tough.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why it's tough. It's like
whereas Tottenham, you don't have like it's not a case of you have to win stuff.
It's building to win stuff, but he can experiment. Like if he's got a couple of youngsters in the reserves, he can be like, alright, let me see what these men are saying.
Jose might even go 4 years at Tottenham. We don't know. He's got like a 3.5 year contract. So cancel that this half a season. Then go 3 years. So 2023. There's arguments for obviously, but historically.
No, but I think right now, if I had to give you yes or no, is Jose gonna change, or is he ready to change, or has he changed? I'm gonna say yes.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
You would say yes
because you can't go through these last 3 or whatever, however many teams where it's all just capitulated, and then not have learnt a lot.
And obviously, football's changed a bit.
That's
as well.
What I'm saying. You have look.
My only worry is. Say that we'll win, and then there will be a couple of bad results, and then it's like
it gets toxic.
We're going back to old school football.
Okay. Yeah.
Now onto the sack race. Now, obviously, certain managers are mad under pressure right now. Since Pochettino's left, anyone can really get it. I know everyone was flirting with the idea of sacking their manager, but with certain managers being available, with Jose Mourinho, Allegri. Who else is available? I think that was the top 2 managers that's available at the moment. So everyone's like, oh, should I sack my manager? I know Man United was thinking, I know Arsenal was thinking it. But Tottenham went and did it first. I think who else has been sacked? I think
Bayern.
No, in Prem.
Oh, Prem.
Watford, didn't it? Watford sacked their manager first. Yeah. No, Everton's still in it. So you got Everton's manager Silva, who they came out today and said, we're giving him one more game at least.
Is it?
They said they're backing him. You got Emery, who I don't know, like he can easily get sacked today.
I thought he was on the edge, man.
He is on the edge, but you don't know. Like people are saying, they're not going to Norwich because they don't want to see him. You got the second Watford manager, who's still bottom. I don't even know what position. I think they're definitely relegation zone. I think, and obviously. You might even have Oli now that Pochettino is available.
He's going to be under more pressure. Every time he doesn't get a result, it's like, well, Poch is there. What are you waiting for?
The thing is,
it's tough. But
we don't know if Poch is available at the moment.
Didn't you say Poch can't take a job?
Yeah, no, he can take a job, but he just loses money.
So that might be a minor.
So like,
he can go to Man U and be like, I'm gonna.
I'm losing 12 mil, so you have
to give me a little something.
You give me 12 mil.
Might not say the whole 12. Obviously, you can say the whole 12.
Yeah, you can
just give me 6.
Yeah, you can.
But you have to pay me my sign on this.
But what? Like he needs a break. He looks mad stressed. He looks done with football already. Like Pochettino needs some long break. So I would be surprised if he jumps back in the team. But
I'd say he should wait to the end of the season.
Yeah, end of the season. I think because apparently Bayern might want him, and I think Bayern would be a great job for him because he's just that league's pretty much free, isn't it? Like, for Bayern anyway.
But Real, do you think he'd go there? I mean,
Yeah, he'll definitely go for Real.
I mean, who would have?
He's been talking about Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Zidane seems to,
but
like,
Zidane's
the
doing
team
alright
seems
now.
to be gelling now.
They're
They're getting results now.
They're in the same. I think they're up there with thing now, Barcelona. So they've caught up and stuff like that. So I don't think Zidane's gonna. I don't think Zidane's going. So I think. I don't know where. Probably. Hopefully Bayern. But I wouldn't be surprised at United. I wouldn't be too upset if he went to United. But Arsenal fans are saying they want Pochettino to replace Emery. I was like, come on, have some self-respect for
Why
yourself.
would you want the man that nearly destroyed you? Like, if we won Champions League, it was over for Arsenal. Like,
but they're saying,
they can't ever talk again if that happens.
But they're trying to argue and say, oh, it's Sol Campbell Part 2. But which I mean, like, that doesn't make sense, right? Because, like, how can you say, oh, we took Poch? I was like, no, we sacked Poch.
Exactly.
We spent
We
12
made him
mil.
available.
12 mil. That's like double what it will cost for you to sack Emery. We sacked him for 12 mil, and you want to take him, and then think we're gonna be upset. We'll be upset with Poch.
That's sloppy seconds at the end of the day.
We'll be upset with Poch for taking that team because he was talking, I'd rather work on a farm than manage Arsenal. So if he does it,
keep that
then
energy.
it's like keep that same energy. But if he does it, good luck for him. But
Right,
but I doubt why would he go there.
Because you could argue Arsenal were in a worse position.
Exactly.
Tottenham,
So, yeah.
so
No,
what-
so it's
there's
like-
no
like-
interest.
it's
There's
not-
no
it's
That's
the
why
same
I was
problem.
saying Mourinho, what he did for Man U was so huge because he's put back in that Champions League place where Arsenal are not there. And I'm not even confident they're going to get there this season. They're not going to win Europa League. I don't think they're getting top 4.
The thing is,
That's going to be 3 seasons in Europa League.
They
Aubameyang's
might
gone next season.
Yeah, well, he's already not signing a new
He's not
contract.
a young
so
boy anymore, is he?
He's
So-
30 years old. And
He's
he's
gone,
not
like-
signing a new contract, so
Like I
he probably has to
said,
go.
he's been dead. From time you can't even get into the French squad, and Giroud is keeping you out of the squad.
True.
Like, Giroud does his thing for
Giroud.
France, but it's
No,
like,
they love Giroud in France. so
come
that's
on,
the thing.
like, you
That
can't
guy
get in the
wasn't-
squad. Like,
Says a lot.
it's saying a lot. Like,
But
and
I mean, he'll go as well because I think.
you have to go. You can't, like, you come to Arsenal. Was they in Champions League when Aubameyang came?
No, he won't. That was Wenger's last season, so it wasn't.
Like, honestly, when they was in
Dortmund's was in because Aubameyang played us twice because he was in the same group with us. So he was in the group with us in Champions League for Dortmund. Then he went to Arsenal. Arsenal won in Champions League, so he went. In
I thought
January.
Arsenal will get back in straight away there because at that time it was kind of like they were still that top 4 team, and it's been 2 seasons, and you're still there. Like,
Oh, it's not
that's
easy
Europa
to get
League.
into the top 4
Europa
now.
League ain't no joke. That
Fair,
competition's full of warriors, you know.
But the thing is, Emery could probably do decent in the Europa League. But the thing is, his problem
What's
is
doing decent if you're not winning? You need to win. If
Yeah,
you're
need
not
to
making
win.
top
Like,
4, you have to win.
true, yeah.
That's
You
why
need
you
to
got to
win.
respect
But
Mourinho.
I
He
think
said,
what
He
is
said,
it?
won the
"Don't
league,
forget the league."
Yeah.
we're going this way,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
did
yeah.
it. Like,
But that's the thing. But they might say, look, Emery might like, look, let me just go for the Europa Cup.
but he's not saying that though. He's just doing a madness. He's not even playing half the
Nah,
players.
you can't say that now.
The thing is,
That's
with
the
Emery,
problem.
this is what a lot of foreign managers think. Yeah, they come to this league, and they think it's like next leagues where it's like the league's already written off. So you're with Sevilla. So you just when you're playing the league football, you just play your rotate. You play your reserves and stuff like that. And if you lose, so what happens? When you play Europa League, like he won three in a row Europa League, but he went one season without winning a away game. He was doing Poch, but for a whole season. So but you can get away with that in like when you're managing. But now when you're managing Arsenal, they want you to get top 4. You can't rest players against like Zaha. I mean like Crystal Palace.
Nah.
Is he Zaha? He's
Yeah,
like, Crystal Palace.
Those are hungry
team
teams.
is.
Those are hungry
Yeah.
I
teams.
mean, look at Southampton. He's like, he plays 5 at the back against Southampton. He's like, let me just.
Man has to play
Yeah,
every
just
game
all this-
seriously,
Yeah,
and
but that's
he doesn't even have the team to be rotating like that. Like, let's compare it to, just for instance, let's just say for example, Barcelona. Like, they have multiple players, multiple positions that they can rotate, but they'll still keep. Like,
Bro, Messi's
like,
still
say, for
playing
instance,
most majority of
Suarez.
them games, bro.
Like
Messi's
Suarez, they'll have
about.
still key players. Like Arsenal can't do that, and he keeps doing this for
But
some
that's the
reason.
thing, like, but that's what like a lot of foreign managers think. They're just like, you know what? They see a team at the bottom of the league, they're like, let me just play
man.
a couple of squad players. Put
them
in.
teams bottom of the league have nothing to lose,
But they moved
and everything to gain.
It's not like Italian league. It's not like Spanish league. Them teams at the bottom are gonna move to you. and it's giving you problems. And especially when your job's under pressure, you got to be winning them games. Southampton. Let me tell you something. Southampton should have won 6-1.
That's crazy.
No exaggeration. They were missing sitter after sitter, open goals, off the line.
Got peppered
9-0. The same team that lost 9-0 probably had the worst defense in the league. Should have battered them, and they were lucky to get 2-2. Any Arsenal fan can say they were lucky to get a draw. They didn't deserve it. Didn't even deserve a draw. It wasn't a case where they got a couple of lucky goals and they hanged on, and then luckily
they actually deserved.
Bro, the players didn't even celebrate. Lacazette didn't even celebrate when he scored. He was like, he's probably thinking we should be beating these lot, or I'll just save Emery's job. Like
so he's
might be
like
celebrating.
He's thinking about next Thursday, innit? He's like, I don't want to go to these mad places with plastic pitches and them. No Champions League anthem. Like.
But so what do you do? Do you take the league seriously all the time? Then the Europa League it takes hits. So
right now it's too early for you to say bun the league. If you try to come with them bars now, bro, just go.
No, you got to
quit, man.
But
because look, the league is bunched up right now.
So how many points behind?
2 wins.
We're 9 points behind.
We're 9 points. I think we're 9 points behind. No, we might be.
No, I think it's 9.
No, I think they're 8 points. They're 8 points behind. I think we're 9 points behind.
But they're not showing no improvement.
No, that's the problem.
Draws or losses. It's not like to say, because obviously look at the league. Like it's like people trying to say.
I don't think he's won a game in like
where they are.
Quite a while now.
But this is football. Anything can happen in football.
The thing is, they've been ahead.
Lose 1 or 2 games, draw.
Concede.
It's wide open again. But they're not improving. That's the thing, and the players are just down.
The thing is, I think he's one game away.
And it's toxic.
The thing is,
once it gets toxic,
once Arsenal fan TV says you're out,
it's done. Yeah,
bro. The question is, why is your captain of the club? Well, let's not even forget about the whole Xhaka thing. Now Aubameyang is your captain of your club. Why is man liking Troop's post that's saying Emery out? Why is your captain liking Instagram posts saying your manager can fuck off? Like this, what's going wrong? What's wrong with that club? If my captain's following a social media guy saying fuck Jose Mourinho and he's liking the post, I'm like, what's going on with this club? Where's the professionalism? And obviously Arsenal's telling Aubameyang saying you can't speak to Arsenal fan TV, you can't bring them to the boxes.
He didn't. He said, Truth cleared that up. He didn't bring him to the box.
No, but
he was in the box. He took a picture in the box.
He just took it because there was loads of crowd and stuff like that. But they said, they weren't even next to like around the thing, families and stuff like that. But Aubameyang's like, I can speak to who I want, which is obviously fair enough, isn't it? But the like in the post, I know Lacazette did it as well because Lacazette follows him as well. So
I don't know about I can speak to who I want because at the end of the day, if you're all pally with.
But they're saying
someone like Troops
a fan
who goes in when he goes in.
Fan and player relationship
should what?
Like be, they should be
it should be strictly professional. It's like
it's still professional. I mean, he wasn't. Aubameyang can say, I just looked at the picture. I didn't look at the caption. Just liked it. The caption was like "fuck Emery" or something like that.
Always an excuse.
You know, the ones like "fuck Emery out." But
that's a step.
It's him or Silva. I think they're the two. I think. Then time this video out, Emery might be gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I was hearing rumours of Everton might be wanting Moyes to come back.
No, that's true.
When I read that, I was like, no way.
My done, you know.
Show me an Everton fan that wants Moyes
beat
back.
Barcelona. Say no more.
Show me
man was in the stands eating chips.
Show me an Everton fan that wants him back, man.
Of course they want him back.
Bro, where he's
relegated every
team. He's been in the wilderness since he flipping left us.
Man's been chilling. You get me?
Man's been eating that payoff, yeah. No one wasn't touched that 6-year contract, yeah.
He ruined Sunderland. I swear, he ruined Sunderland as well, bro.
That's crazy.
He killed.
Who does that, man?
He's killed every team he's touched.
Man's getting more years than like Pep and these next man.
Well, Fergie was gas, bro, because he was Scottish, bro. That's what I'm just saying.
Mad.
But I think Moyes. I see Moyes coming back, and then, bro, because Everton.
Do you think he will evolve like?
Nah,
he's a dinosaur.
Dog shit manager.
Dinosaur.
Bro,
He'll go and find Leon Osman or whoever he is now, bring him back.
That's what he did in Sunday. He went and got all the oldies from Everton. They got relegated. That's where I think only
Tony Hibbert and all them bad.
Who's
the guy that got them?
They're like League One or something.
Yeah.
Who's that young guy that he was at Everton, then he went to City for that thing, and then Rodwell. He went and bought Rodwell for big money. I swear he only left the other day for Sunderland. They're like League 2 now.
That man ain't got the finance.
100k. Probably get 150k a week as well in League 2.
Sitting there,
Shout some way.
sitting there, taking up 95% of their wage bill, man.
That's
crazy.
Man,
He
like
destroys clubs.
That's what I'm
Destroys.
saying.
And it's so outdated. It's like, bro,
Yeah, it's crazy.
bro, find a young manager and just try and make him work, bro. That's the thing. It was, you know, I think he is gone. I think Silva's. They lost to Norwich. Norwich lost to every team. I thought Norwich started well, but then they've been. But
yeah, man like Pookie or whatever his name was.
But I put him on my fantasy team. Since I put him in, he hasn't scored one goal. He hasn't scored one goal.
Man got
All he gets is two. All he gets is two.
Yeah.
You know them playing for 90 minutes, two.
But then he gets what's it called? Informed.
No, that was the first month.
No, but didn't he get something recently?
Nah, no, that was because he did bits
The
of
record
thing
breaker
in Finland.
Because they qualified.
No, yeah, because he scored. Yeah, they qualified for. Like he scores for them, but in the league he's been. But I have a feeling he's gonna get Emery sacked. I think there's gonna be masterclass. I'm gonna put him as my captain.
Look at that smile on his face.
Exactly.
No. I rate Emery.
You want him in, yeah?
Could he be
Keep him.
Could he be in?
Bring back Wenger, man.
You think so? Yeah.
No, he's
finished.
He's
FIFA now.
He's FIFA now. That's the type of job. But he would have gone to a job and just got. I reckon he would have got. He would have been outdated as well. Like too many young coaches.
One guy we ain't talked about, Ole. What do you guys think?
Bro, I think he got.
He needs to go.
Was it 2-0 down? Came back.
You think that's a good result?
Bro, look at
to be fair, they played us off the
he
park for the best part of 70 minutes.
He hasn't got the tools though, has he?
He chose not to have the tools. You don't sell a striker, not buy another striker, and then you got to pay some.
But that might not be his fault. That might be that.
The thing I can't. What's the name? Woodward. I can't buy that because
you had the money though.
You can implement a brand of football. There's no brand of football.
But what about Oli?
And if you're losing to flipping Newcastle and West Ham and all that, it's not good enough, man.
You won what 10 games in a row, didn't you?
Well, how long ago was that?
Bro, he was at the wheel.
That's history.
Oli at the wheel, bro. Someone's driving.
Ancient history.
Oh, it's not the wheel no more. No?
His form is probably similar to flipping Poch, where it's like. Nah,
that's where we got the same points.
Should be
we got
walking.
the same points,
Do we?
Or you might have 1 point more or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, bro.
But
the thing is, Ollie's got to stay.
Well.
Like you said, you said there's a long-term future for Ollie.
Who said that?
No, like the club's saying it. Yeah, you lot are saying it.
It's bro. All I'm saying for me is he's close to the point where it's like I can't see it. Because even now,
you don't think
you're only giving him that extra like leeway because of who he is, and that's not really fair. You can't because that's the whole reason he got the job.
He's a player
because he stuck his leg out in '99. I mean, is that enough?
The thing is, he might be a legend on the pitch, but it's not a legend on the manager, right?
Exactly.
So it's been horrible.
Done bits in Norway. Does that mean anything?
Didn't get Cardiff
relegated. What else have you done?
Clubs need to allow bringing in legends. It can work.
It's a funny thing, isn't it?
It's a funny thing.
But that's why they gave him the contract till the end of the season. So let's wait till the end of the season. Well, if you smashed it,
he did smash it though. He
smashed it.
10 games in a row.
We gave him the contract too early.
10 games in a row.
So what's the point of saying?
And he even went to PSG and came out. And then there was like, you have to. There was no up.
No, but just wait. No, but you just wait till the end of the season.
Possibly, but there was at that moment of time, there's not one manager you could say that would come and do the same as Ollie.
No, obviously at that point, anyone that was saying that they didn't want him in at that point, you'd be lying.
You'd be lying, right?
But at the same time, it's like, look, you made the call end of the season, so just wait.
I'll definitely
take the pressure off. Obviously, hindsight 2020 and all that, but it's
But now
it's a tough predicament.
Pochettino on the wings now, so everyone's like, should we just sack our man, just try and get him now, or do we wait? Because I think Arsenal could have easily gone for Jose Mourinho.
Because you honestly have seen him going.
How
would the fans receive? Because Jose is
Bro,
if he went Arsenal,
bro,
I think it would have been toxic Mourinho there. Like he would love
Bro,
the fans.
bro,
How toxic they
well,
are.
the
Don't
fans,
like
the
him.
fans are talking about bringing Pochettino.
So that means they definitely take.
They wouldn't take anyone. They wouldn't
They'll
take anyone.
literally, guys are
If
saying
you would
they'll
take Pochettino
anyone.
from your main rivals,
That's like
and
me
Mourinho
saying,
was only at Chelsea.
that's like me
Obviously,
saying,
the rivals.
that's
but-
like me saying, Pochettino like said that Pochettino's not doing well, and Wenger just got sacked, and Pochettino's not well. Sack Pochettino, let's get Wenger.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
what am I talking about?
That's nonsense.
Bro, shut up. I'll tell myself to shut up.
Yeah.
Why would you even suggest that?
true.
So it's like.
Yeah, maybe that
that's why I think
shows
that's why
the
they
desperation.
But that's why I think
They're
Levy was like, you know what,
desperate.
fuck it, I need to do this quick. So I'm thinking they might.
Who knows? Yeah.
Arsenal might try and take this guy off her.
Because the rumours was going.
Yeah, there was
around.
rumours. There was rumours that would. There was more rumours for Arsenal getting Jose Mourinho than Tottenham. Because they were like, there was no.
That'd be a.
Levy moved. He moved
That'd
quick.
be
A lot of fans would probably be against it, but a lot of fans are against Jose Mourinho at Tottenham as well. We don't want.
All it would take is a few wins
Few
at
wins.
Arsenal, and then they love him.
I think people will.
That's-
I've been watching a few videos and stuff.
The thing is, he's coming across well, isn't it? He's coming across well. A lot of people are like, because the thing is, it's because it's not so much Jose Mourinho because he's more of a like, you know, a moody guy. You know, call him a cunt, whatever. Call him whatever you want. But and Poch was like a lovable guy and stuff like that. So that's why I think a lot of people. But I was like, for a long term, for where we want to be, we need a manager like that. We need a trophy. There's no point having £1 billion stadium when you can't put anything inside it. Like, just come on, like, and this is gonna show if Jose Mourinho can't win a trophy at Tottenham.
What does that say?
Then Levy has to say, oh shit, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me.
Time to sell up.
Time to sell up. But that's the thing, they're saying Levy might be ready to sell up because now everything's done. The training ground's done, the stadium's done, and now he's got one of the most popular manager in the world, and he's seeing a lot of like thing. Investors might want to say, I want to buy Tottenham, but he's asking for like 2 billion or something like 1.8 billion. Who's gonna?
I think it's worth.
Nah, unless you're a rich Arab, I don't see anyone.
Might get some Americans, isn't it?
Well, there was rumors about getting Americans, but anyway, we'll see who's gonna get sacked. But who do you think is gonna get sacked first? Just give me
Probably Emery.
Emery.
I'm gonna go Silva.
My head says Emery, but I hope Silva goes first.
You hope?
Yeah.
Well, you want Moyes back?
No, I want Emery to stay.
Oh, okay.
It's not done. And Ollie's
in
no
forever.
No problem. He's staying for the end of the season. Whatever happens after that, that's it. Might be a bit mad, but he's happy. Fantastic result against this thing.
But you see when he was like, went 3-2 up, he was pointing to
What
his
did
head,
he say?
like,
Was it-
no,
what-
that's
what did he say?
that's- Yeah, like,
Was he
guys,
humble?
like guys,
Was
like,
he humble? Like,
nah,
You must have got gassed.
Nah, he wasn't humble, man. He wasn't humble. He thought
Did
he
you get gassed?
hit the big time.
You must have got gassed.
Yeah, of course he got gassed.
No, did you get gassed?
Nah,
When Ollie-
bro, I was sat there
Was that
watching
master
I was
class?
sat there, bro. I didn't.
Was it
I
masterclass
didn't
by Ollie?
Nah, masterclass to then blow the 3-2 lead.
I heard it was handball.
Nah,
Yeah.
man, you're clutching at straws if you're now.
Oh, it needs to show some respect.
Nah, it's just bad all round. Tactically, it was poor, but let me not go into that though.
Anyway, on to the last section of today's episode. Now, people say that they can tell when one player is finished, right? At the highest level. We're not going to say like he's got to retire, but certain players that I've seen this week are you have to say, look, it's done. You're finished. You're never going to improve. You had your peak. You're
tarnishing your legacy now.
So, Shay, who have you seen this weekend?
Are you talking
Let's
just one name?
Let's throw a couple of names out and we'll pick who's this week.
Nah, let's
the player that's finished for this week.
Let's start with Philip Jones, man.
Oh,
Let's start with Philip Jones, man.
He didn't.
How's he still at Man U?
Well, he
That's what I'm
didn't.
saying.
It wasn't his fault for any goals, was it?
Nah, you're trolling now.
What?
Did you not see their first goal?
What happened first goal?
Didn't he get
Ball
barred
over the
with
top. You know the ones where the defender, that's his ball 100 times out of 100.
So what happened?
It's almost like he played for the foul.
Yeah.
Was it a
Bro,
foul?
just
Someone said there's a foul.
Blast the ball.
Was
Like,
it a foul?
bro, don't listen. From the moment you put the decision in the referee's hands, bro, it's your fault. He was in control. Just kick the ball out, or just be strong. Don't try and play for some.
So what? He
foul,
was at fault for all the goals.
No, not all of them. Definitely the first one.
Yeah.
Second one, I can't even remember it now. I know Pereira was at fault for another one. Oh no, and yeah, Pereira and Lindelof were at fault.
Was Lindelof finished? Is he finished?
The thing is, I don't want to be harsh because he was probably our best centre back last year.
Say with your chest.
Okay,
was he finished? If he got sold tomorrow, would you be like shit?
I wouldn't give a toss. It might just no, but let me tell you why. Yeah?
Do you think a big team would even sign him? Is he?
No,
he's finished. Like, what's his level? What's his level?
The thing is, I'm not sure about that. Maybe he needs to go back to Benfica. I don't know. But the fact is, if you're a centre back, you can't. You're dead in the air. They claim he's a ball playing centre back.
I swear he's a ball player.
Bro, you're not
with Maguire.
When I'm talking ball playing centre back, I need to be seeing someone that steps out confidently.
Like
someone, he's more of a ball playing centre back.
Like a peak.
Someone that steps out and can pick a pass. This guy's a coward, man. That's all.
He's finished. So that's two of your centre
He's
backs
done.
already finished.
He's
How
done.
two of your centre backs
Bro,
already finished?
how can you be a centre back and you don't impose yourself?
Bro, you might be just classy.
For one of their goals, he has to go in and just take everything. It's in the box. You go in there, you take everything.
What did he take?
He took nothing, bro.
He took nothing.
He literally would
didn't
move like a mouse, and the next thing you know, the guy's got the ball.
They don't want to shoplift everything, man. Just wants to be legit. See, classy.
This is the thing. This is not the first time. He's been beaten in the air multiple times.
So he's finished.
Pussyfooting around with the ball, Lindelof.
Is he finished?
Did you see when Mourinho was
He was never on for me.
He's not good in the air.
And then he missed the ball.
And then man showed the clip in training.
He tried to hit it and he missed.
And then he scored.
No, it was in training.
Oh, in training.
Before the match,
the ball was coming.
So he was like, he's not good in the air. Like it was him and someone else. They were doing the hidden training. The man just missed the ball.
That was a goal. No, he's whack.
And it wasn't even like it was scripted or anything. It was live.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
Mourinho was talking about it, and they just showed
the
him.
picture, and then he's missing the header. Like,
Well, say no more.
okay, so you.
I don't rate him.
Jones.
I don't rate him. Jones.
One more.
I don't have
and
any.
it's got to be one more from. Let's say one more from.
No. Okay, if we're talking, no. Let's take Lindelof out because we don't need to. He can stay. If we're talking about done out here, we're talking about Jones. We're talking about Lingard.
Get the fuck out of this club, and I'm never ever gonna see you again because you're not gonna do anything. You're finished.
Facts.
Like, that's
Jones, Lingard. Obviously, honourable mentions to Mata and Matic, but they're not really playing.
Yeah,
we're gonna say Lingard and Andreas Pereira. I'm looking at you.
But I thought
I backed this kid for the long years.
He's a wonder kid.
He's 23 now.
What's 23?
You're 3 years too old to be a young.
What's his name? Makeda.
What happened to him?
Who knows, man? He was in the championship for a little while, and I don't know. Some even say that goal ruined his career, man.
Another player that I think is finished is one of our players, and that's Danny Rose. Danny Rose came out the other week and said, "Don't listen to any rumours if I'm leaving the club. I'm running down my contract."
That's what he came out and said.
Man said that. If Levy tried to get me out, but I'm running down my contract. And you know what he said? He goes, because I've got a good relationship with Pochettino. Pochettino ain't here no more. So now you can fuck off. Because half the goals that we can see is because of Danny Rose. Like even the Champions League goal that we conceded against Olympiacos, man. What kind of clearance is that? The guy, I remember against Arsenal, we're 2-0 up. It's the 45th minute, 46th minute when that's just he cleared the ball.
He's just playing around.
Bro, he runs out. So it's like his battery speed up or something because he's still running and there's a player coming towards him and he's still running and they just take the ball off him, score 2-1 and then the rest was history, bro. Bro, a guy he always complains like, oh, I need to Google names. A guy that mocks his fellow teammates. Oh, I don't want to Google Tottenham signings names anymore. Like, part of it's true. It's like, and then he's like, oh, I want to move up north. I want to do this. Now I'm saying I want to run down my contract. Like, he's finished at the highest. The only thing is people see him like he tries and stuff. You know them players that just try and put some effort. So someone's like, oh, he gets it. He's a real footballer. He's dog shit. He's fucking shit. Concedes most of the goals and it's just always from his side as well. But he's absolutely finished. And Eriksen's another guy. He's a pussy. That's what he is. Because we try to offer him another contract. And he's like, nah. And it's just horrible, really. Eriksen was such a good player, but for some reason, it looks like he's finished. Like, even with Mourinho, you'd think, oh, maybe he's like gonna have. Bro, he came on the pitch on West Ham. Bro, he just didn't do it. He just lost the ball, pulling out challenges. Not really a tackling guy, bro. Just the whole quality of like Eriksen when he was like 100 mil player, it looks over. And then he's gonna have to rebuild his like career from scratch again. Even if he goes to like Juventus, Real Madrid, that's squad players. Like he's gonna be like, you know, like Rabiot's complaining he's not playing that much now. Bro, what do you expect? We've got 1 million midfielders there, and they signed you for free, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, if you're unhappy, they'll sell and make profit. They signed
They're
you free.
laughing.
You're the one who went there for free when they had like 1 million midfielders. So I think that's gonna happen to Eriksen. I think he's gonna go to either Real Madrid or Juventus, sit on the bench, play a couple of games against, you know, one of them Real Betis or, you know, whatever, Villarreal.
Huesca.
You know, teams that you just pull out the 83 and you're thinking it's a Tottenham, it's some dead players or the guy that plays. There's an Italian goalkeeper that always pack Viviano or something of 83. That's who Eriksen's gonna play against. Then them type of teams that just, you know, automatically win like as Juventus. And even if it's 1-1, they'll just give you a free penalty in the end just to make sure that you win. That's the type of games that Eriksen will be playing. I think he's absolutely finished as well.
That is it for episode 1 of Play Your Position. Do let us know in the comments what you think, if there's anything that we need to cover for episode 2 and moving forwards. But that is it, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Peace.